Hi, this is David Brodsky, Toronto Yard and Garden. Today, this video is going to be a review of an article that I found about uh, how to defeat dandelions in your lawn. So I'm just gonna go over instructions 1 through 6 and give my sort of notes about these instructions and see how they apply to, see how realistic they are. Uh, Okay, so hand digging. It's the most effective way to remove dandelions. Okay, yeah, you grab a fork or you use your hands, whatever, you remove it. Unfortunately, it's also the most time consuming. That's true. The key to hand digging dandelions is to remove them to get the deep taproot because any remaining root pieces can regenerate the weed. Yeah, fun fact about weeds, they regenerate from the root pieces. If you want to get more taproot out, you water the lawn beforehand. The soil gets wet. Um, Wet soil is easier to work with in terms of pulling roots. You're going to get muddy, but more roots are going to come out. Um, Make sure you water. Oh, there it is. Make sure you water the weeds the day before you plant a weed. It makes them easier to pull and have a long, narrow tool to help loosen the soil. Yeah, I use a weed fork. It's like a little. It's just a stick, and it's got like a little uh, the metal piece and a prong at the end. Um, Useful thing. I don't get the entire taproot out. I get very like every time I pull a dandelion, maybe 20% of it comes out. The whole root system is still there. You can't really avoid it. So to sit there for like 30 seconds thinking about the best way to approach it, don't even bother, just pull it out. Um, that said, it will regenerate, it will come back. Not all. Some will not regenerate, some will. That's what makes this an ongoing. This what makes it a hardy perennial weed. Mow them down. At the first sight of dandelions' yellow heads, it's time to mow your lawn. This will prevent them from turning into white puff balls and spreading more seeds on your lawn. You can also use a bag attachment on your mower to mitigate the spread of seeds if those dandelions have started to change. Yeah, the bag attachment's a good idea. Um, yes, this is good. So lawn mowing will not kill the root system. The roots, basically every time that you damage the plant, it has to spend energy regenerating. If you if you the theory behind lawn mowing is if you cut down a plant over and over and over again multiple times, it will at some point stop sending out the little shoots with the flowers on it. Um, Basically, if you mow down the same dandelion plant 10 times, the 11th time it won't grow. That's the basis behind lawn mowing. It's a form of weed control. Um, Here you're trying to just get rid of the heads before they turn to seeds. And if you prevent them spreading, then you prevent, more weeds next year. Thing is, your lawn is full of so many weeds even without the dandelions. Um, and every dandelion, I don't know how many thousands of weed seeds it produces over its lifetime, but your lawn is covered in them. And they're buried and they're on the surface and they're whatever. And this is just damage control, but it's not like a noticeable difference. Don't expect like you mowed all the dandelion heads down, so now next year you're not going to get them. You'll still get them because of the perennial roots, and you'll still get them from other seeds that have dropped before and germinated years after. Mow high. Cutting your grass at a high blade setting is considered to be one of the top methods of fighting against weeds. Tall grass shades dandelion seeds and smothers them, which prevents them from growing. Yeah, um, true. Basically, the idea is that you create a shady environment, and if you create a shady environment and a full environment, you prevent seeds from growing there. Um, Overseed your lawn every, well, not every year because it's a big job to oversee the lawn, but um, as often as you can. Overseed your lawn. A thick lawn will prevent weeds from growing there because they don't have the room for it, they don't have the sunlight for it, and yeah, mow high is a good idea. Um, it's also a good idea because if you scalp your lawn every time, it damages your, it doesn't damage your grass, but Sometimes less grass comes back. It's not really good for your grass. Overseeding or fertilizing. Maintaining a healthy lawn is the best defense against dandelions taking over your turf. Overseeding and fertilizing not only helps maintain a healthy lawn, but it also helps your soil to become thicker and denser, which will block out the sun and keep dandelion seeds from reaching the soil. Um, yes. No argument there. One thing about overseeding, it's not just like you take a bag of grass seed, you toss it, and you're like, grow now. You have to water it every day, twice a day, for about 3 weeks, and then everything should germinate and start going. And then you slowly reduce the watering, and you have to keep doing that over and over and over again until, with different grass seeds. Um, I found that like having the right soil mix really helps with that also. Overseeding is not complicated, but it will definitely take several tries. Cover them. Although it's an unappealing look and a slower process, you can cover over the dandelions with mulch or grass clippings. By leaving the mulch or grass clippings on the lawn, it will smother the weed by depriving it of sunlight and oxygen. It will stop new ones from growing. Um, this doesn't apply in this case because we're talking about a lawn, right? So you don't want to just take like a bag of mulch and just dump it on your lawn on top of the dandelion. That's not realistic. That doesn't really belong here. But um, using grass clippings, I wouldn't recommend that either, because if you take like a handful of grass clippings and you dump it on your dandelion, right? You make like a little mountain on top of the dandelion. The weeds are still going to grow through it. They're going to push their way one way or another to grow through. Um, will it, stop new ones from growing? Sure. If you dump a bunch of anything on top of soil, it'll prevent seeds from germinating. But the existing plant will simply just go one way or another. Just it'll find its way towards sunlight. So putting like a couple inches of grass clippings on top isn't gonna do you much good for an existing plant. It's also gonna kill everything underneath. So even with like grass, if you put soil on top of it, it'll just die. It'll die within a couple of weeks, a month, whatever. But like it'll wilt. I don't know if it'll die, but it'll probably die too. So this is not a good piece of advice. Don't do that. Spray, don't torch. In recent years, using a propane torch to singe dandelion heads has become a popular weed removal technique. This can be a way of getting rid of them, but it can also destroy your lawn. So spray them instead. Spraying dandelions with herbicides will help them from taking over your yard. There are a variety of herbicides in the market that will assist in eliminating dandelions, but be careful when using them. Herbicides, when not used correctly, can cause more harm than good. Herbicides, if not used correctly, can damage surrounding turf and can be expensive and messy. They also require safe disposal and storage when the product is not used completely. Most importantly, many popular herbicides are banned in Ontario as of 2009, so be sure to check before you make a purchase. Yeah, so not great. Um, in recent years, using a torch to singe dandelion has become a popular weed removal technique. Yeah, you can buy a canister of gasoline and like a propane torch and just fire will hitting plants with a certain amount of heat will kill them. But you have to go plant by plant. It takes a while. It's a waste of gas. It's just, why? Why do that? I don't know. I mean, if you want to take like 20-30 seconds with each plant just to kind of burn it, I haven't really done this, but could work. Uh, but you can also destroy your lawn, so spray them instead. Okay. Spraying dandelions with herbicides will help them from taking over your yard. So most herbicides are useless against dandelions because most herbicides in Ontario are top growth destroying only. That means like vinegar. Vinegar and dish soap is a nice homemade herbicide, but it kills only the stuff on top. So if you have like an annual weed and you want to kill all the annual weeds, yeah, you spray that mixture on top and it'll kill the top. The roots are still good, but you don't care about the roots because it's an annual. You kill the top, it's gone, it's dead. But um, dandelions are perennials. That means if you don't kill the root of the plant, it'll just keep sending out new shoots. So all those pesticides are basically useless. The only two things that are useful are Roundup and Weed Be Gone. Roundup will kill everything around the dandelion. So if you spray it and you hit the grass next to it, that grass may die as well. Um, Also, Roundup isn't 100% effective, and you have to, ideally, the higher the concentrate of it, the better. And you don't want to spray it on your skin because you might just get cancer uh, from that. Unlikely, but you know, it's happened. And then there's Weed Be Gone, and Weed Be Gone does destroy root systems, but from what I recall, I'm pretty certain of this. It does attack root systems, and it will attack dandelions. Multiple applications, um, and don't do it on bent grass. When it says herbicides if not used correctly can damage surrounding turf, basically Weed Be Gone, don't spray it on a type of grass called bent grass, which is a grass type that is used often in golf courses. Will it kill it? I don't know. I imagine so. It's supposed to discolor your grass for a few days and then it comes back to normal. So yeah, Weed Be Gone is fine. Roundup when used, like if your whole lawn is just weeds, yeah, sure you can use Roundup. Um, anyways, and so here's the question. You have 5 methods. I think this one we can eliminate. Covering them is you eliminate them. You have 5 methods. Which one do you use? How do you use, which of these 5 do you use, or do you use all 5 of them, or what's the process? Well, um, number 1, yeah, dig it out. Actually, first of all, do the mowing. Bzz, mow it. So then all the little weed heads and everything is gone. And after it's mowed, dig it out. Means like you still see the little bunches of roots, just pull. And then and mow it high. Okay. And then overseed and fertilize the lawn. Put new grass seed down. And then just don't do this. There's no need. There's no need for pesticides. I would avoid the pesticides entirely and the flame torch entirely and this part, yeah. So that's how I'd approach it. Just these first 4 steps. That's it. Thank you for listening, and I hope this was helpful. And have a good day. Like and subscribe to the channel.